I'm just gonna say this, Vince Vaughn, please continue your sudden transition to dramatic roles, because you have been killing it lately.
15 kids in the backyard drinking wine. You tell me stories of the sea.
What is going on, guys? Similar World from Similar Reviews here. Today I'm here to review Dragged Across Concrete. So Dragged Across Concrete is directed and written by S. Craig Zahler and stars Mel Gibson, Vince Vaughn, Tori Kelly, Mike Jones, Jennifer Carpenter, and Roy Holden, among many others. And this film follows two police detectives who find themselves suspended when a video of their strong attackers is leaked into the media. With little money and no options, the embarrassed policemen descend into the criminal underworld and find more what they want to bring a house. There's actually a lot more to that, but that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. Now, I've actually been pretty curious for this movie ever since I saw Brown Cell Block 99, which came out back in 2017. I have no idea about this movie, so I ended up giving it a watch. And this movie ended up being my best film. So, I'm still paying a lot of my number 19 on what one film was going to be on my best list. But I ended up rewatching this movie at the end of I got the Blu-ray for it, and this film ended up skyrocketing into my best list. And if you're watching it again, it still will be on my best list. In other words, it's definitely a very brutal, incredible, engaging watch with incredible action, very amazing violence that isn't gratuitous at all, and Vince Vaughn delivered a career best performance. Oh my god, I thought he was great in Hacksaw Ridge when he played a sergeant, but he pretty much transitions himself here. I don't know if I think he should have gotten honestly, I think he shouldn't even got an Oscar nomination for this. He was that amazing. I think it was actually that used to be a freaking comedian and used to be not been the greatest comedian for years, but suddenly he's just been blowing up into bad worlds. And honestly, I can't complain after this movie, after Hacksaw Ridge, this movie, and Final Family, and of course this movie. So of course I've seen that movie. I'm definitely very curious to see what does this next. I have yet to see his other film, Bone Tomahawk, but I definitely will be seeing that film very soon. So I was definitely very curious. I have not seen any trailers for it, but I know it starred Vince Vaughn and it starred Mel Gibson, so that got me curious as well. The story seems very interesting. This film's actually supposed to be released last year, but it ended up being this year, so after finally watching it, I'm here to say that this film is truly fantastic. I think it's better than that, but also better than 9. It is a truly fantastic film. And it's truly, at this point, my favorite film of 2019 so far. The might change probably because I have to play and see us somewhere this week. But, all in all, Dragged Across Concrete is truly a fantastic film. Now first, I'm actually going to discuss the story here, because the story may seem like something that we have seen in other crime and thriller movies, but the way that Zahler directs and handles this movie makes it more different and unique, and it actually goes through some very untold turns. The way it's kind of structured is definitely mentioned. The main story doesn't even start until an hour into the movie, as it's basically setting up what's to come with these characters, and the setup is definitely fantastic. I'll definitely get one to pay off a little bit, but the setup of what they're trying to go for here is truly fantastic. And I'm just going to discuss the acting, because the acting is all around fantastic. The supporting cast is great from Jennifer Carpenter. She once again delivers, actually, for also being brought up on 99. Roy Holden was great as well. Michael J. White is interesting and a very engaging character arc as well. And everybody else is fantastic, but of course I'm going to get more into the two main leads. First off, Vince Vaughn. Like I said, he was phenomenal in Brown Cell Block 99. After Hacksaw Ridge, he's trying to lean more into dramatic roles, and honestly, I think it's working for him, honestly. And this is not a guy that used to be so freaking loud, and he used to be the freaking loud, fast-talking guy in every movie he's been in. And I never really hated the guy, honestly, but before Hacksaw Ridge came out, he definitely was kind of declining in terms of his acting, in terms of his comedies. But Hacksaw Ridge, he's pretty much been blowing up in the best way, and he continues his surprisingly impressive jump back roles with this movie, as he's once again in terms of performing and reflecting a very interesting and sympathetic character that I really was rooting for. I think I'm Mel Gibson. Now again, I know like about the controversy and all this stuff and whatever involving Mel Gibson, like I'm not gonna get into that and all this stuff, but so much well, the guy in terms of directing and acting is truly fantastic. And this guy also directed Hacksaw Ridge as well, so but yeah, he delivered another fantastic performance, and he always does deliver in terms of performances, and he definitely does. And he and Vaughn have truly excellent chemistry, really bouncing off each other truly amazingly. And then discuss the pacing, which in me was actually perfect. Like honestly, I thought the pacing was gonna do more issues because that's mainly a problem I have. But films I've seen, if you've seen some films I love, but the pacing was the only issue I had with it. Especially this one being like 2.5 hours long, I thought I was going to complain about like scenes dragging. But what I can kind of see why some people have a problem with that, I actually never had that issue at all. Surprisingly, I thought it flowed naturally. I thought scenes really at the best times, and when they need to do it. It basically had the right length and time needed when you need to do. So, that's impressive actually. Onto the turns this movie goes for is something I think works amazingly. You need to take some risks in some areas, which I guess some people not really interested, but I'm really into. But I think it works amazing, and I don't want to say because of spoilers, obviously, but it definitely works very well here. Like I can see some people not liking certain aspects need to go for it, because this isn't like your typical crime movie. It kind of is, but it's kind of handled and even directed and kind of focused in many different ways, and it goes through many different areas and aspects. And like I said, the main plot is to kick into like an hour into the movie. So, but I think that's what made the film look so amazingly and so incredible. The directing is definitely also some of the best I've seen so far this year as well. The writing is fantastic and excellent. The director also wrote this movie, and I'm really interested to see what else he does write in the future, because he has a great career ahead of him. And in terms of his writing, the editing is also top notch as well. The cinematography is also gorgeous. Not that the film does an excellent job of also setting up, but also a great job of building up tension, and despite these characters doing very insane acts, you do end up feeling for them, as even when you shouldn't, because the film does a great job of making you feel and sympathize with these characters, even though at times you shouldn't, but it does a good job of making you feel something for these characters and making you truly feel for them. It definitely kind of feels real at the point, and it kind of feels real at points, which is something I kind of didn't expect actually. Every character is incredibly engaging and interesting, and it's getting something to do and never feels like someone that's wasted, you're out of place, or feels like it's not needed. Like every character here serves a certain purpose, to not only the story, but to the characters. And again, I really like the way the director tells the story, and sometimes sure feel very unfocused, because they have how it shifts certain points and certain things, but I thought it actually worked, and I thought it made the film a lot more interesting and engaging to watch. It tells a lot of very interesting messages on the world we live in, and how it can be a really dumb place sometimes. And also the violence here, like both and not, is really brutal, but definitely well handled and not just gratuitous at all. Again, the tendency really ranks is pretty much building and building and building and building and building and building and building. And the payoff is probably one of the best payoffs I've seen in a film in quite some time. And the ending really had me feeling so many emotions in the best possible way. Despite this film being 2.5 hours long, this film I could definitely see myself rewatching, like probably not like right away, or probably not like all the time or whatever, but this film I could definitely see myself rewatching. Well, there was... I think I have issues with this movie. Overall, Dragon Con Concrete was truly fantastic. I loved every single minute of this movie, from the acting to the directing to the cinematography. The score was all great as well, to the pacing, to the tension, to the storytelling. It was like the payoff in the ending. Everything about this movie impressed me in so many ways. And I do definitely highly recommend checking out this movie when you get the chance. And all of a sudden, I'm going to give Dragged Across Concrete a 100 of an A+. Truly fantastic, and not only one of the best films of the year, but so far my favorite film of 2019. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of Dragged Across Concrete. If you actually this movie, feel free to let me know those comments down below, and feel free to let me know which thoughts on Bronx about 99, his other film, Bullet Tomahawk. I cannot wait to see what Struck does next, because he definitely has great talent ahead of him. But anyway, so we're done with the review. Again, let me know which thoughts on this and his other film comments down below. And again, next Sunday I will be doing my 700 subscriber Q&A, which again, because I re-signed a sub. So if you want any questions, let me know in that video, or message me on my social media sites. If you want to ask me any questions about anything, if you let me know. And as for other views, I hope I can see us very soon. I really do want to see that movie, so hoping I can see it very soon. I definitely still have my Jonathan Levine liking kind of stuff with this week, same. And I also have one top 10 list very soon. I still haven't been able to list I'll be doing, but big looking very soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I also do appreciate. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all of my social media sites. They're all linked down below. I am Samuel from Samuel-oneworldreviews. I will see you next time, and stay cooler. Peace.
I'm singing songs about